What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers are coming off of a just embarrassing game. I mean, they just got dominated and controlled pretty much start to finish. I mean, it wasn't even close, if we're being honest, right? Clippers controlled that game out the gate. LeBron James was your leading scorer, best player that night with 25 points. Outside of that, I mean, your second best was Rui Hachimura. The Clippers got literally whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted it. Lakers kind of made a little push, but it never felt like they were going to get back in that game. It just felt like the Clippers had full grasp, full control in that game start to finish. And that's a problem, right? Like, this month has not gone as planned at all, right? This was a month where you could have really gained some traction and gotten ahead. And you started the month off great. Started the month off 2-game win streak. And then you followed that up with 2 straight losses on that Dallas trip. You had 2 games postponed, but then another loss. So it was 3 straight losses. And right now you are, 4-4 so far in the month of January? That's terrible, right? This was supposed to be a month where you were supposed to be, they played 16 games. Like, it was supposed to be one of those things where it's like, okay, or 14 games or whatever it was. It would have been 16 if the 2 games didn't get postponed. So now 14 games. This was supposed to be a month where you were going to be, 10-4, right? Or a month where you were 9-5, something like that. And that's just, unless they don't lose the rest of the month, which is very unlikely, I just don't see it. Lakers, they still have the Celtics coming up, the Warriors, we beat them last time, and yeah, they're a dumpster fire right now, but it's the Lakers, and the Lakers always seem to let the Warriors play them tough. Sixers have been a dumpster fire, but look, Sixers, Paul George, Embiid, and Maxey are playing. Lakers are probably losing that game. So not super excited. Lakers probably losing another game or 2 before this month is over, but it all starts with the Washington Wizards, right? Play Washington, got to handle business. You cannot lose to Washington. You play Washington twice this month. Whatever you do, you cannot lose them. They are on a 10-game losing. They've only won 6 games. And the fact that I even have to have concern about winning this game tells you everything you need to know, right? Like, tells you all the concern that there is. And right now, the Lakers are hanging on to the 6th seed for dear life. Clippers have really gained some traction and starting to pull away here. And that's a bit of a problem for the Lakers. But beyond that, right? You're trying to keep pace. Dallas is the 7th seed. They're only half a game back of you, right? And if it wasn't for those 2 games getting postponed, you might be the 7th seed. Lakers are 2 games out from being out of the play-in entirely. Literally. Right? So, Lakers are holding on to that 6th seed by the hair of their chinny chin chin right now. They're hanging on to that for dear life. And you got to be a playoff team. You cannot finish in the play-in once again. It's just something you cannot do. You can't afford it. You can't afford to be a play-in team again. What would it be, the 4th season in a row now at this point? It's just be an absolute mess. Washington's a bad basketball team. Terrible. One of the worst in the league, if not the worst in the league. They do have the worst record in the league. Like I said, at 6-35. Next worst are all 10-win teams in Utah and Toronto. But for whatever reason, we all know that it's probably going to be a really tight, really close game, right? The Brooklyn Nets are a team that has been abysmal and been awful since they tore it down, and yet the Lakers still, against guys that you couldn't name 5 guys that played that night outside of D'Angelo Russell and Ben Simmons, and the Lakers still almost lost. D'Lo sold. If D'Lo doesn't sell, we lose that game, and it's just probably the worst loss of the season, if not the worst loss of the season. So Lakers just, it's sad that this has to be a conversation. It's not something where I'm coming on going hey, Lakers are going to handle business. Lakers are going to come out, let's go win this game by 20 or whatever. No, chances are this is going to be a really tight game. It's going to be a really tight game. But Lakers will get a couple looks at some guys, right? Hopefully. We'll see. Anthony Davis is questionable. We'll see if he actually plays. But Washington has several guys that the Lakers have been interested in, and you play Washington twice before this month is over. Is Washington willing to trade you guys before this is over? That's something that's interesting, right? Like, usually teams don't want to have to face the guys until they have to. So could Washington wait until after they get through that next game at the end of the season or at the end of the month and go, okay, because they play literally on the 30th, right? So after the 30th, do they go, all right, let's work out some trade, let's work out some deal? Because you got guys like Malcolm Brogdon, you got guys like Kyle Kuzma, obviously Jonas Valanciunas. You got several guys that could make some sense for the Lakers that the Lakers could look at to make some type of trade, make some type of move with. But I imagine that Washington's probably going to wait. Do they want to make that trade and then end up having to face their guys again, like literally a week or two later? Maybe. I think if the deal is right, chances are nothing probably gets done until close to the trade deadline either way. But just something to kind of keep an eye on, right? We'll see what players, again, will actually play at the time of recording this video. We don't have, the full report for Washington side of things. So Washington may end up playing guys. They may not end up playing guys. But hopefully they do. And if they do, then particularly guys like Jonas Valanciunas, I really want to get a good look at. Malcolm Brogdon, if he plays, I really want to get a good look at. Because those are kind of two guys that make a lot of sense for the Lakers. Two guys that you could bring in, give you a good dude, the guy's giving you double in 15 minutes of action, right? That'd be huge for the Lakers. Get a guy like that. And then if you can get a Malcolm Brogdon, a guy that could just, shoot the basketball, do multiple things out there on the court, that could go a long way for this Lakers team. Lakers just need guys. They just need bodies that they can count on. They just need players that are, reliable for them. Obviously injury concerns in particular with a Malcolm Brogdon. But outside of a Malcolm Brogdon, right? You have, again, Jonas Valanciunas, who basically plays like clockwork, right? Even in the last game that the Wizards played against Sacramento, Jonas Valanciunas had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists in 23 minutes. Literally. He also had a steal in that game as well. So, that alone, if he could give you anything close to that on a regular basis for the Lakers, we completely changed this team. But yeah, so, just kind of a couple guys, like I mentioned, that you want to kind of keep an eye on. Again, Kyle Kuzma, how does he play? How does he look? He's a guy that the Lakers have had interest in and been linked to a little bit. He can be kind of hot and cold, but Lakers just need athleticism and rebounding and size, and he's a guy who go get you, 7-8 rebounds a game. But nonetheless, right, you got to handle business, right? Cannot lose this game. Please, for, again, the love of everything, do not botch this game. Do not take this L. Go out there, do everything you can to win this game. Hopefully winning it, and it'd be nice to win it in commanding fashion. It'd be nice to not have to stress this game and, look up and we're down 3 late, and it's just oh man, here we go. This is going to be a nail biter or something. It'd be nice if this game's over by halftime and we can kind of coast. If you're going to rest Anthony Davis, fine, rest Anthony Davis. Can we see Jamison, please? Right, I thought last game was the Clipper game, I thought was a great opportunity to see Jamison, and we didn't get to see him, and that was frustrating and disappointing. But nonetheless, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I would like kind of that matchup, particularly against Valanciunas, kind of get a look at Jamison and see what he can do. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited to see the Lakers play? Are you kind of hey, it's the Lakers. You never know what's going to happen. Do you think they handle this win and get this, pretty handily? Do you think that's not the Lakers, right? Season's just it's been rough. This roller coaster. But anyway, again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. As we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.